Hi, good evening, everyone. Welcome to my series Finesse and Flair, episode 4. Today, my guest is the chic, sassy, self assured woman. She's somebody who can carry off any style with aplomb. She's a style icon. She's made of metal, boldness, generosity, and love. She's the founder of Odette, a fashion brand which has immensely become popular in the Indian market today, and it helps each and every woman and lady look and feel more stylish and more beautiful. So please welcome me. Please help me in welcoming the very sassy, the very chic, the very classy Mamta Roy.
Hi,
Hi,
Bian.
Mamta. Hi.
Thank you for this opportunity. This is something I'm doing for the first time, and it's just for you. So yeah, here I am.
Thank you, Mamta. Thank you so much for coming. And you know how much I look up to you for your style, for the way you carry yourself. And I thought there's nobody better when we talk about style. It has to be you and no one else.
Likewise, look at yourself right now with those pearls on your.
And by the way, these pearls are Odette. I had to wear an Odette. So obviously I am wearing a Odette pearls piece.
It looks amazing, as always.
Thank you.
So let's get hitting on this.
Yes. So Mamta, tell me, since, I have been seeing you over the years, you're one person who can, like the way you are right now, you're just wearing this plain, simple t-shirt with these dark glasses on your head. And, you walk into a party with a pair of very simple blue denims and a white shirt. But the way you carry yourself, the way your style statement is, it just speaks for itself. So tell me, what is your quintessential style?
Like you just pointed out correctly, it's a white tee with a blue denim and a good pair of glasses like the one I'm wearing. This is from new collection that we've just launched for sunglasses, and they're simply superb. They're simply superb. So you just put on a pair of denim, a white tee, and a nice pair of glass, good shoes, you're done. You're ready.
Great. Okay, so tell me, Mamta, in your closet, in your wardrobe, what is your favorite piece that you own? What's that one garment that you just can't do without?
A black tube dress with a nice chunky neck piece with some sparkling shoes.
Wow. Okay. Okay, so since you inspire so many women, who is it that inspires you? Who is your style icon? Who do you look up to when it comes to fashion and style?
Gigi Hadid.
Okay.
I want you to look her up. She's one of the top models, and her style is outstanding. Outstanding, from a casual look to a night out look to a beach look to whatever. It could be anything.
Right.
She's totally outstanding. Very chic, very, 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 very good. I don't know if you've seen her.
I haven't. I have to. Now that you mentioned her, I have to. I definitely will.
You must, because she definitely leads fashion, and I definitely look up to her. And I would advise all the women here to look up her Instagram page and take some tips from there.
Great. So Mamta, I've been to your home and I've seen what a beautiful home you keep. What is your idea of an ideal home? What does an ideal home mean to you?
An ideal home is a reflection of who you are. In my case, my home is, like you've already seen, it's very contemporary. It's full of antiques. It's very vintage.
Right.
So that's me. That's my brand as well. So if you see, Odette also reflects me.
Yes, absolutely.
With being very Victorian, vintage, very ethereal, yet very stylish. So that's
one of the main reasons why I love Odette, because you know me as well. I love my very classic Victorian, very English sort of style. And what I love about Odette is that you guys cater to all sorts of people. Whatever your style is, whatever your sense of fashion, whatever fashion means to you, you find everything there, which is amazing. I think your collection over the years has just grown like leaps and bounds, and it's amazing how you're getting into.
Is that I started with Odette thinking that it's going to be me.
Right.
Now I also realize that me is there, but
everybody might not relate to your style.
Yes, so I also have to understand other people and their needs. So which is why you see a whole different new collection on Odette, so which caters to every segment of fashion. So any woman who logs on to Odette.in would not check out without buying something. could be Indian, it could be Western.
That's what I said. Variety is huge. There's always something for everyone when you open that page, or when when you're visiting one of your outlets. There's always something for everyone. Okay, so Mamta, tell me, what is on your coffee table right now? What is it that you like to read? Any particular book?
I am a Marwari, and I honestly would like to make a confession on a public platform or a social media platform like this, that I don't read, but the only thing that I read is fashion, and I have been reading that right from childhood. I have not done any course or any diploma or any education on fashion, but my only education has been my inspirations and a lot of reading on fashion as to what is new, internationally especially. So I looked up all these fashion shows, all these shows that happen, and all these good brands, the way they launch the new collections and what they launch in the new collections, and how I can inspire my audience for Odette with that. And I try to incorporate that in the best way possible. And and now with this whole scene happening, I'm also moving totally made in India. So since our sourcing is very, very strong, our manufacturing is very strong over the years, so it's going to be very difficult for us to eradicate the international designs and purchase and designs from the Western countries, and start manufacturing them here with the same quality and price points, which is already thing with Odette.
Which is already, and the quality, that's another thing. The quality is amazing, because I personally have bought so much from Odette, and I've had it for the last few years. The quality is amazing. Nothing happens.
I wouldn't want to compromise on that for anything in the world.
Another thing I have to compliment you for, Mamta, with Odette, is that the way you package it and send it, it just makes you feel so special. Every time you open that package, the way it's been, the beautiful blue Odette packaging, and individually how everything is packaged, I think that itself is such a beautiful reflection of how you want your customers to, believe in your brand. I think it's such an amazing way you do it.
I think for any woman, when we open something, we want to feel good, right? We want to feel good about what we see in the first glance.
Yeah, and the whole unboxing thing is such a big thing nowadays. So it's it just works really well.
We're also now slipping in a card which says Essence of India, and which is a new thing we've just started, I think, this week. And so whatever purchases happen from this week onwards, we'll get those little slip-in cards which will talk about our country, and that's it.
Okay, lovely. Wow. Okay, Mamta, so I would just like to ask you, what is your advice, since you are so much into fashion and you've been studying fashion for so long? What's that one, sort of tip that you would like to give to the new generation on fashion?
The only tip, new generation, I think we have a lot to learn from the new generation. I have a 15-year-old daughter.
Actually.
I have a 15-year-old daughter, and she teaches me so much. Very different from what we believe in. But yes, coming from me, I am somebody, I never plan what I'm going to wear when I step out. I simply open my wardrobe, I see whatever last minute and mix and match, and that's it. Maybe a couple of changes. I don't like this, couple of changes at the most, and the room is a mess before I leave. And but finally, yes, I need to be comfortable. And yes, the only thing that I really look forward to each time I step out is that I want to accessorize in some different way. Maybe the same outfit, like I said, it could be a denim and a white tee, but I would accessorize it differently every time. Maybe once it would be a brooch, once it would be a sunglass, it could be a belt, it could be a nice pair of shoes, it could be just some hair clips or just a hairband. But I would accessorize it differently every time, so that the look of you changes every single time that you step out.
Absolutely.
You can't do much with the way you look. You can't do much with the way your hair is or your clothes are. Right now, with the kind of shopping that we're doing, we can't shop much. So all we can do is we can try different looks.
But you're right, that one piece of accessory can actually change your whole style statement. It can really make it different.
25, 30 different looks with that one attire.
Absolutely, yeah. Totally agree with you on that. Yeah. Okay, Mamta, any great memory you have of us together now that we've known each other for a while? Anything that comes to your mind when you think of us together?
With you? I think each time has been fantastic. Each time has been fantastic, and the way you have admired Odette is something which touches me most. Not as a friend, but as an Odette girl as well. Of course, as a friend, you're very, very close to me. I love your passion for grooming. I love your look each time you step out. I love to look at what you have worn and how you want it, and the confidence, the way you speak, the way you interview people, the way you're interviewing me right now. And if you can get me to do this, then I mean, hats off to you. Then of course you're good at what you're doing. And yes, I would like to tell this whole community who's watching you right now that she's super fantastic. You must go to her when you want to upgrade your quotient on grooming and fashion and the way you talk and your confidence and etc. and etc. etc. So you're definitely somebody I look up to. And regarding good times, I think we had so many.
So many. I know we've had far too many good times together in the last few years.
Crazy times out. Every single night has been a memory. And I'm looking forward to getting those back. Just recently we've met, even in this lockdown, and it's
we met as well. Absolutely, yeah.
Your way
was the first time I actually
stepped out. Good memory that I have of you was at my home on my birthday when you opened the wine bottle. That was...
No, we're not talking about how I opened it, Mamta. No, not on this platform, please.
That was super sporting, and only you can do this. Only you can do this and have the energy to also say that you can go live on this. And we went. We
did go live on it as well. Yes, I do remember that.
Yes, I think the good times for me is when I can just be myself with a small set of women, and you're one of them.
Thank you, Mamta. That really means a lot. Thank you so much. Thanks, Mamta. So before we end, Mamta, just one last question. What is the quote that you live by?
So one woman that I've really looked up to right from when I was, I think, 15, 16 years old was Madonna. Was Madonna, and I loved her muscles. I loved her voice. I loved the way she dressed up right from those days. I loved her being bold. And one statement by her, one quote by her, which I really look up to is, she says, poor is the person who looks at others' permission for her own happiness. So I go by that I don't want to be poor ever, that I need somebody's permission or somebody's certification to tell me that, yes, you did it well. I don't need that at all. I want to do what I want to do and what I think is making me happy. I don't need the permission from anybody or the certification from anybody to say that, yes, you're right or you're wrong, or you're good or you're bad, or you're dressed well or you're not dressed well. So I think everyone here should understand that you don't need anybody to tell you what you are. You need to know what you are. You need to know that you're feeling good. You need to know that you're beautiful. You need to know that you're looking good. You need to know that you're in fashion. You need to know that you're happy.
Yeah, and I think that's so you, Mamta. Like whatever you just said, I can just relate every sentence to you. And I think you're just totally living by this quote each and every day of your life.
Likes it or somebody doesn't like it, it doesn't matter to me. But yes, I need to certify myself. That's all. I don't need anybody to certify me.
I think that's brilliant. I love that. I think that quote is, I've never heard of this quote before. I'm hearing it from you honestly for the first time, but absolutely love it.
A person who looks at somebody else's permission for her or his happiness.
Absolutely. So
it just makes you internally very strong. Makes you feel strong, and when you're strong from within, you will be confident from outside. You will look good no matter what.
Absolutely, I so agree with you. Wow, that's a brilliant note to end on, Mamta. Thank you so much for this, and thank you for coming on my show. I know you've never done this before. I know you've done this for me for the first time.
So good. Thank you for thinking of me, and I hope I've been a little bit of entertainment for the women who are going to be seeing this, and I love you.
I love you, Mamta. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming, and thanks really means a lot. Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks.